Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sports Gonna Show is here, also known as Shaked. Waiting for everyone to join. Which just going to share the link. So here I am, ladies and gentlemen. Sports Gonna Show. I hope everyone is having a great Tuesday night. Right now it's 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And we are live on YouTube. I'm waiting for Carolina Panthers NFL insider Alex Bryant to join me on the show tonight and talk some Carolina Panthers football and NFL football. So please smash the like button, subscribe if you're excited for NFL football. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I know I am freaking excited. Freaking excited about what move. Hey Brady, how are you doing tonight? So I'm just waiting any second from now for Alex Bryant, Carolina Panthers insider, to join me. And once I'm doing fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Thank you for asking. So I'm just waiting for Mr. Alex Bryant to join me. And once he does, we're ready to rock and roll. So I might need to step aside just for a second, not from the camera, but to X, where I sent the link to Mr. Alex Bryant, so to see if he's able to join me. So step just for a second, then I can see if Alex Bryant join me, is able to join me, and then I will be back like in 2 seconds. 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, I will be back. I'm just waiting to see if Carolina Panthers NFL insider Alex Bryant is able to join me. Hey, Dad and Son, nice to meet you. How you doing tonight? My name is Shaked, Sports Guy Show, die-out Carolina Panthers fan, life fan, sports fan. We're supposed to have NFL insider for the Carolina Panthers, Alex Bryant, join me tonight. So I was going to check on Twitter to see if he's able to join me, but so far he is not. I'm not sure what is going on, but while I'm waiting for him, I'm excited about the Carolina Panthers. I'm excited about the Carolina Panthers. I'm excited about NFL tomorrow. Tomorrow, every deal's become official, ladies and gentlemen. Every deal becoming official. If you guys had a great day, if you're excited about football, regardless if you're a Panthers fan or not, smash the like button. Subscribe. Subscribe, please. My name is Shaked. That is how you can pronounce my name. Shaked. Shaked Sports Guy Show. That is the that is how you pronounce my name. Shaked Sports Guy Show. That is how you pronounce my name. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. AD. AD. Look like the Bengals are having strange type of free agency. Not going to lie to you. I mean, they're going to trade Trey Atkins, their best defender player, because they are not willing to pay for him. I mean, Mike Brown is a cheap owner. So let me step aside just for a second, guys, just so I can see. Here we go. Now he's joining me. There we go.
Oh man, sorry, I was having a tough time signing on.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Better than never.
Yeah, right, man. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have exclusive Carolina Panthers NFL insider Alex Bryant join me. Who, in all seriousness, he did tell us on Twitter ahead of time what will happen to the Carolina Panthers.
What will happen or what has happened?
What has happened? But beforehand, he did share the news with us.
Panther Bo is in the house. I just saw him on the chat.
Welcome.
Panther Bo. Uh, yeah, man. I mean, I don't know how far you want me to go back with the Panthers, but basically this year they've just been clearing space, and this is the year that they're spending money, and we're starting to see it, man. We got the whole pass rusher, two interior linemen. We got our safety of the future, who's probably one of the top 6 or 7 safeties in the league. We re-signed Panther Bo. We re-signed our
Brady
star corner. Yeah, we re-signed Mike Jackson. Our defense is starting to look good. If Evero can't do anything with this defense, then he can't do it.
right
And we're eyeing receiver, man. I would not be shocked to see a receiver come through in the coming days.
in a trade because the is
Yes. Good.
everyone. Sorry, everyone. Sorry to interrupt you, my friend.
Yeah.
Everyone who they link to the Panthers, uh, Staten, Deante Staten. I'm probably not pronouncing his name
Slayton,
correct.
yeah. Slayton.
Staten. Everyone linked him to the Panthers, and he went back to the Giants. $10 million contract, 1 year.
Yep.
But
So when people talk, listen, we know, we were in the sweepstakes for DK, right? We know
yeah,
that. It's been widely reported that we wanted DK. So we're looking for a receiver, and we've been linked to Slayton, and we let him. I mean, we have the money to pay $10 million for Slayton, and we let him. We let the Giants have him. Why? Somebody's in the pipeline, and I'm not sure who it is. His name might start with a T, but I'm not sure who it is. But it's somebody that's better than Slayton. You can be sure of that.
absolutely. Maybe Jay Jamal.
Dude, Chase? Oh, no, I doubt it. That fan base would riot. That fan base would. Mike Brown would be. They would be throwing stones at him if they allowed Chase to get out of there.
No,
But I don't think you said Jamar Chase.
I did.
No, no. I mean, I'd love it. I think that'd be amazing. They ain't letting him go. You know how many jerseys that they'd be burning in in Cincinnati. No, but I think T Higgins is very much on the table. If you look at the way that they're spending, like you don't spend like the Bengals have been spending if you're planning on re-signing T Higgins and Jamar Chase. In my opinion.
Yeah. By the way, we have a Jets fan joining us.
Oh, dude, I live in New York City. I love Jets fans. Jets fans are I think I just tweeted about them today. The
Yeah.
most hospitable fan base that you'll ever go to is when you go to MetLife for a Jets game. Honestly, and they got this tailgate called Tailgate Joe, which is one of the most fun most fun you'll ever have at a tailgate. And you can be any fan you want. You can be a Panthers fan. I mean, I've gone to every Jets game we've had. I went to Tailgate Joe and in my Panthers gear, and I love Jets fans. Jets fans are awesome.
Right. So the Jets fan I was referring to Travis Stephen Hancock, who is host of the classical radio station in Charlotte, 99.2, I
Oh yeah,
believe.
I
Or
know him. Yeah,
7.
yeah.
So he's a diehard Jets fan. I'm sure he's
I'm
excited
sorry,
about.
dude. I'm so sorry. I got a bunch of Jets fan friends, and we live in misery together.
Right, but yeah, you're welcome, T-Bone. No, so honestly, it's a joke. It's a joke. Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's a joke. we have Michael Jackson, we have
Uh huh.
Bobby, we have
Oh yeah.
Michael. So we have concert. I mean, David Tepper
He loves
was
the.
the concert. We have a concert.
There we go.
Bobby Brown, I believe, is 57 years old, and Michael Jackson, I don't know how old he is in heaven. I don't know. So David Tepper officially going to bring a concert, and I tweeted at David and Nicole Tepper. I don't know if that was the Nicole Tepper because she was very rude. So I'm
Yeah.
assuming I don't think that is the real Nicole Tepper, the woman that has a picture next to David
Oh,
Tepper.
on X.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, probably. I'm sure it wasn't. You saw Nicole Tepper?
yeah,
Yeah, she's like the nicest person ever. I doubt that was her.
yeah, because I hashtagged them bringing concert to Bank of America Stadium. I mean, Bobby Brown, Michael Jackson, the best
Yeah.
concert. So so anyway, I I mean I don't like how Milton Williams played with the Panthers. I really don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Milton would. I mean, all agents are scumbags. I mean, it's just how it is. I wouldn't put that on Milton Williams. I mean, that's anybody representing him because they have to be. They look out for their client and they want to make their own money. But the only way they make their own money is if they get their their player paid.
Of
I
course.
also think that they didn't, when I looked at what the Patriots gave, I don't care how deep in contracts talks you are with anybody. That is a low. It's not just 26 million a year. It's the guarantees. It's the early guarantees. It's the bonuses up front. They gave him the bag, and I. The only thing you can say about the Morgan is that he should have closed faster and not let the Patriots come in. But if there's a the agent has to back out and go take that money. It was insanity how much money they gave him.
Right, which I I'm thinking his agent probably linked to the media. They're close to a deal with the Panthers. And
Correct.
basically that is what I'm saying. They play the game. I mean, you're committed, stay committed. Which I will have a point about that shortly. But
Yep.
I'm wondering, thank you, Owen. Yeah, of course, always keep pounding. Please smash, hit the like button. 12 of you in here,
Like,
please. Yeah, please
subscribe.
subscribe, help the channel manage on YouTube. As I'm just for the channel perspective, we had born a month ago after the Super Bowl. We had
Mhm.
78 subscribers. Right now, we're at 286.
Yeah,
So right,
don't expect more from me. I don't bring them along. He'll get you a lot more subscribers. I won't bring you that many. I'm not as popular as he is.
no, you're also popular. You're NFL insider. You're NFL insider. I'm just Shaked sports guy, enthusiastic. But
Yeah.
TT, good evening, TT. So so anyway, I was going to say sorry about Bone. Sorry about. I mean, Bone, you lost followers because you're a Jets fan. You need to become a Panthers fan. You need to become a Panthers
Pepper
fan.
Bowl. Sorry.
I mean,
I
Bone,
didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, it's okay. Bone, I mean, you're also a classical music station. You're on a classical musical station talking about sports. How do you expect Bone when you're on a classical music play to
Man, you
not
guys are mean to each other.
now? No, yeah,
I know. I'm just.
I know. Yeah. No, but Bon is a Jet fan. He's a Duke fan, which I'm going to cover my shelf, but I cannot. So he's a Duke fan, a Jet fan,
I mean,
and I,
those are. I feel like if you're a Jets fan, you have to be a Duke fan. So like when you're used to not winning so much, you got to have a team that wins a lot. So you just got to balance out. For me, I'm a Hornets and Panthers and ECU Pirates fan. So I just hate myself, I guess.
hey Roman, good evening. Good evening, Amir Robin. Well, because Bon, when I think of you, Bon, I'm thinking of someone who would be fantastic classical music host. I'm doing fantastic, Roman. Thank you for asking, my friend. I am here, Randall. Great to see you. Great to see everyone in you. I mean, Vaughn, I seriously think of you as a classic. You're old. 99.7. No, 99.7 is the Fox. So, okay, so anyway, this is fine. No, but seriously, Born is a okay. Enough with the joke. Born is a sport. No, no, no. Born is a sports show host in Charlotte for the last 20 years, 20 plus years with Chris McLean. Check them out. WFNC 6 to 10, Monday through Friday.
Let's go.
Right. So
Monday
so
through
anyway,
Friday. That
yeah.
must be nice. Be
So
able to work during the day and have the weekends off. Oh,
exactly.
I miss
So,
those days.
right. So was going to say I would think if we had got Milton Williams, I don't think we would have got Bobby Brown. I don't think we would
Oh,
have got
correct.
Taylor Morick. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. We wouldn't have got Walton, Trevon Walton. We
We wouldn't have
probably
got Wharton for sure. Correct. Wharton was our plan B for sure.
and probably Pierre Jones, but Pierre Jones, we got him for 2 years and all of that. So
Yeah, we would
and
have. I think instead of getting Milton Williams, we got Brown and Wharton. Like I think
right,
we got that was our plan B. That's where our cap went because I mean it was 18 million. No, 18 million a year for Wharton, and I think we offered like 21, 22 or something like that for Milton Williams. So basically, if you think about that plus Bobby Brown, it equals around the same cap. So I think that you're correct. We wouldn't have gotten Wharton and Brown, but I think we still would have got Jones and Warwick. I think they were our first options. Plan A.
yeah, Born, we want Duke, but without the ref. We want Dukes, but without the zebras. Yes, we want Duke. Absolutely. Again, without the rep, and with Cooper Flag sitting out, preparing to be a charlatan. And Kyle Camille, I believe his last name, Camellia, Kyle Camellia, lining up playing for the Knicks.
I don't think you want Duke right now. I think next year is when you want Duke. Cooper Flags is a
No. You're right, my friend, but Cooper Flags will be sitting out because
oh okay.
as we know, college football players before a ball game, they sit out. The Cooper Flag Born is going to sit out to prepare for the draft. So yeah, we want Duke again, but Cooper Flags is not going to play. I mean, he need to prepare for the draft. He need to rest his back, injuries. So we need that. So anyway, so I was going to say, as far as I'm pleasantly surprised we brought back Brady Christensen. I really am.
yeah. Wow. That surprised me. I and for the price, I the only thing that I can think of because I know he wants to start is that we might be moving somebody. That's the only thing I can think of because and he can play all 5 positions. So just follow me here. I know this is not insider talk. I do not know this for a fact, but the Bengals did just lose Kappa, their guard. So we brought back Corbett and Mays and Christensen, and we still have Zavala sitting there. So we have 4 basically that could fill in and start. And we got Yosh that swings at tackle. So our line's so deep, and that's something that the Bengals don't have. So if we're in talks for T or Hendrickson, it makes a lot of sense that we would move a guard over there in return for not one for one. It would be a guard plus draft capital, but that's a good get. I cannot believe they got Christensen, and I can't believe they got him for that cheap. That's amazing.
Right, 2.5 million. But
oh yeah,
what I've noticed in basically, and I've noticed this trend. Basically, teams are signing players to 1 to 3 year deal. You rarely see the 4 to 5 year deal. There was a guy last name Fries. I'm not joking. That is his name. The
Yeah,
Vikings.
Will Fries. Yeah.
So plenty
Yeah.
of free fries to the Squalls fans every home
Yeah.
game. So he got a 5-year deal. Milton Williams only got 4-year deal. The rest
Yeah.
of them 4 to 3 years deals, which is an interesting trend because in the past, typically free agent would have got an average 5-year deal.
Mhm. Yeah. So what we're doing, see, but you think of our main ones, right? So we have Brown got a 5-year deal. Horn got a 5-year deal. Like our big time free agents are getting 5-year deals. Why? Because those,
I think Owen got 4.
but it's an
Yeah,
extension, so it's
yeah,
5 years total. So 4 years added on to his year that he already has. So it'll be 5 years total for JC. So
yeah.
both of them were 4-year extensions, basically. Um, so the reason they do that is because they're your cornerstones. So they're the cornerstones of your franchise, and that's the cap that you're going to be eating for the next 5 years because you have no plans to move on from, right? And you have your cap situation. You got like 160 million next year, and then like 200 plus million the year after that. So you can afford to give these small contracts, and that way you're set up for year 4 and 5 of these contracts, and all you're doing is paying your cornerstones. With Christensen, I think that here's what you would do if you're Christensen, right? I want a big deal. I'm not getting offered these massive deals like I thought I could get. Carolina's told me that I can play on a prove it deal. Like I'll get to start. I'm gonna come back for 2.5 million to get my deal next year. If he's saying that, that means that one of those players ain't gonna be there. And that's kind of where I'm getting at. I'm kind of just like going down the tea leaves, and I'm using the word tea leaves. I never used tea leaves before, but people have been using that, so I'm using it. So I'm just going down like the logic of why he would come back. And so that's the 1 year deal for him. And in the 3 year deals, it's just because we can afford it. Whereas most teams would push that cap down the line. But because we have so much the next 2 years, we can afford to eat that cap over the next 2 years.
You're
If that makes
correct.
sense.
Yeah, it does. But I'm thinking off top of my head, Lyman, we have we have Morton, we haven't signed a deal. So I'm wondering if potentially down the road that Brady Christensen is going to replace him.
Bingo. Yep.
So
I,
we
I,
have
I agree. I agree.
yeah, so
I
we have
agree that he's the most likely to be on the move. One, because his stock is so high. Two, it saves us the most cap because I mean I think we would save 18 million in caps if we moved him. And three, we have a guy that can play that position. So I think you're absolutely right. The only problem we have there is that Icky and Brady are going to come in on their deals at the same time, and we can't pay both likely. So we're gonna have to draft. That means we'd have to draft a tackle this year in the draft, which is fine. But they're thinking ahead of that, all that kind of stuff, anyways. Or they
right.
just eat Moken contract. Sorry,
But
go ahead.
yeah, thank you. Right, so the thing with Iki, they can pick up his
Fifth
contract
year.
rookie 50. So they
Yep.
want to pay him, but
Yeah.
Brady is so versatile, can play center, can play guard,
Absolutely.
which
Yep.
I'm shocked he didn't get starters money elsewhere.
I bet he got offered starter money, but I think he thinks he's worth more than that, and just needs to show it for an entire year. I just don't think that he came back on $2.5 million to ride the bench. I really don't. I think he's going to be starting for the Panthers week 1. I don't know what that means though. I don't know because he can play all 5 positions. So I don't know if somebody's going to lose their job. I don't know, but I think that he wouldn't have come back unless he's playing,
Right,
in
and
my opinion.
right, isn't Taylor Moton 29, 30 years old?
He's 31, I believe.
Well, so for NFL linemen, that
Oh
is
yeah,
old. I mean, Jason Peter a week ago, age 43, undrafted, retired, 43 years old. He retired from the NFL. So,
oh yeah. No, he's gonna. Yeah, Moten. He's that's what I'm saying. Like he's wanted. Like people in the NFL want him, and we have so much depth at our. So I'm making sure my
yeah,
my thing stays charged. And so he's wanted throughout the NFL. We are showing no signs of wanting to extend him. We were gonna let him hit the market next year. We're like from everything I've heard, we're talking about eating that $31 million cap hit. So to me, that means that they're telling me he's the most expendable, not because he's bad, but because he's worth the most, and he's the biggest cap relief that you would get back if you moved him. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Hey, Asian and A Ball. Good evening, everyone. We have Panthers Insider Alex Bryant join me live on the stream tonight, talking Panthers in football and sport in general. What's up, C3 Anthony? So you have a follow,
Yo, what's up, Ant?
you have a
Yo,
fan.
if you want to go follow C3 Anthony. He's man, that dude works his butt off. Like he follows all these accounts that I've never heard of. He has all these like he like follows like like the music when you have like the underground music. He like follows the underground like sources kind of thing, and he finds stuff that I'm like, holy crap, where'd you find that from? So shout out C3 Anthony.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, for a while, I thought C3 Anthony is the Anthony from WFNC. Because that guy, that guy, I believe, name is Flounder, if I remember correctly, Anthony Flounder. But I'm guessing
Mhm.
that is two different Anthony, but two sport experts. Congratulations, congrats. So, I was going to, so the question is, if we trade more Tyler Moulton, what is the cap hit that we are going to take?
Oh, so we'll take. I believe I haven't looked at this in a while, but I believe we owe him 13 mil in dead cap. So that means that we would save $18 million. So that's huge, especially if we were going to bring somebody like T or Hendrickson in and have to extend them, because then we can front load those contracts. So that's I mean he it just makes sense. And like I said, I have no inside information about that, but we're not extending them, and it's really silly to have a player play on a 1 year deal, because if players that play on 1 year deals, one, they're gonna be afraid to get hurt because that affects their next deal. Two, it kills you in cap. Like we're gonna take a $31 million cap hit on this dude. So it just doesn't make sense. And Brant Tillis is too smart, I think, for this. Granted, we do have the room, and if you don't want to hurt your cap later on, you don't want to move it down the line. I get it. But he seems like the best option because it's only going to cost the next team that trades for him 18 million for a top 10 right tackle in the league, which is amazing. Like he's a cornerstone kind of piece, and you can extend him for like say the Patriots, or the Bengals if they lose T or Hendrickson, and then we only take a $13 million cap hit, which is kind of a lot. But since we have so much cap next year and the next year and the next year, it's not gonna hurt that bad, as bad as you think it would.
Yeah, you're correct, but I'm trying to play devil advocate for a second. Let's say Brady was not coming back. You think they would have extended Tyler Moulton?
No, they've been pretty set on just letting him play out the year, but it's so dumb. Like I'm not saying that like the Panthers are dumb. It just logically it's dumb to have a player play on a 1 year deal. But they've been so adamant about that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna just eat that money and see what happens in free agency. Granted, they do have the franchise tag, so they can tag him next year. But they show no interest in extending him, which makes me think that he is. It's just it's so hard to say because he's so good. He's just such a good right tackle. But because he's so good, he's valuable to other people too. And we have a plethora of offensive linemen, which I never thought I'd say as a Panthers fan. We actually have a lot of depth at the offensive line. So, in my opinion, my first thought is Damian Lewis would be the one to go, just because he can't play center. He's like kind of stuck in his one area that he plays, so he's not versatile, but he's also a good right guard, and you can get off his contract for whatever team. He's a very friendly contract when you're not eating that dead cap. And if he is bad, you can get off him next year for nothing. So I think he's the easiest to trade for another team, but Moton's the most valuable for another team, if that makes sense.
Right. So I would was wondering if the Texans might be in the mix. Kyle Moulton, because they're, I mean, literally, if I'm CJ Stroud,
What are
I'm
you doing?
what the
What
heck
are
you
they
doing?
doing? What are
I
they
mean,
doing?
they're trying to destroy him, trying
I
to make
don't.
him
Yeah,
move.
most
I
mind
mean,
blowing thing that I saw today.
Lenny Cancel and their guard, they trade for Chauncey Gardner Johnson, which is not a bad move. It's not a bad move, but I mean, I honestly don't understand. And plus, it's not like the Texans had replacement on the roster and all of that. They didn't literally have replacement. So they're basically without knowing it, they're committing suicide for CJ Stroud, which I feel
It's
terrible.
so the worst thing you can do. So this is in a Shanahan type system, right? I know they don't have what's his name anymore, Slowick,
Yeah,
but Stroud's been playing in a Shanahan system, and what Shanahan system does is a lot of rolling out right to buy more time for the quarterback. Now, the one thing that you absolutely need in that system is an excellent left tackle. That's why Trent Williams, they got Trent Williams on the 49ers. That's why on the Dolphins, they got Armstead because McDaniel came from that tree too. Tua rolls out a lot. That's where they got Tunsil and the Texans. He rolls out to the right a lot. If you don't have that, all these defensive ends are licking their chops because they know exactly what you're going to do. And they're just going to come running straight downhill at your blind side. You're dead. Like you're dead. And I don't know anything about the new offensive coordinator they're bringing in. Maybe they're running a whole different scheme. They don't need it that bad, but that's what CJ Stroud's been used to for 2 years. I don't know why you would change it. I don't know,
exactly.
man. I
And
don't know.
I mean, even if you change the scheme, which you can always change this, you still don't trade away your all pro future Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. Bon just gave you a compliment. Thank you, Bon.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, T-Bon. So you don't trade. I mean, Lenny Thompson. I know he played for Houston, but he's one of the best left tackle in the NFL.
He's probably the best left tackle in the NFL in a premium
Exactly.
position. Like that's like think about like the position value. You got quarterback and then you got left tackle. So that's like saying I got the best. Just say that it was reverse and just by one position, and you're like, oh yeah, I just traded Joe Burrow, or I just traded who my Patrick Mahomes. It just is so it's wild. It is. I have no clue why they did that. Especially you're
Exactly.
not paying your quarterback yet. He's on his rookie deal. What are you doing?
Exactly. I mean, even Madden football, which is just a computer slash video game, they would, for the returns that the Texans got from the Commanders, they would have rejected. I mean, they didn't even get a 12th round pick.
It, if I there's got to be something in the medical. That's a fireable offense. You get fired for those kind of moves. That's like the Mavs trading Luka Doncic. Like it's that egregious. It's so ridiculously bad. There's got to be some sort of like something's going to come back with like that he's arrested for something because I don't get it at all. It doesn't make any sense. Any sense
Right.
at all. It's
And
like trading Chris Jones. Like
exactly.
they would never do that. Go ahead.
No, Alex was reading, not Alex, I'm sorry, Anthony was posting something in the chat. Speaking of Joe, uh, Alex is probably going to request a trade next year because their front office is terrible.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's so bad. Oh
the
my god!
Bengals are
Don't get me
terrible.
started on the front office of the Bengals. Oh,
Yeah,
it's so.
I mean, Mike Brown is cheap. For the owner, for the billionaire, he's cheap. I mean, I don't know
Um,
why are they not extending T. Higgins? Why are they trading
they should have done it last year.
Trey Atkins? Trey Atkins? Probably not
Trey
pronounced
Hendrickson, yeah.
Trey Henderson. I mean, he's one of their best. 17 sacks last year.
He was second in defensive player of the year voting. Like, what do we do? What is the NFL turning into? It is
Jamal Chase.
blows my mind.
I
Blows
mean,
my mind.
I'm wondering if Mike Brown is also owning the Tampa Bay Rays. Potentially, even maybe the Oakland Athletics, because the Athletics, when they were in Oakland, they always refused to pay high profile players. Same as the Tampa Bay Rays. So maybe Mike Brown is owning the Rays or the Athletic, or maybe he's related somehow because those teams are cheap. The Bengals
Yeah.
are cheap.
So think about this. And there's, I mean, and Mike Brown ain't poor, but he's one of the poorer of the owners.
Actually,
So
Mike Davis is even more porous.
oh yeah, but I'm saying like compared to Tepper, like he ain't worth what Tepper's worth $40 billion. I don't know what Tepper's worth, but a lot. I think he's the third richest owner in the league. So when you there, people talk about cash versus cap, right?
Yeah.
So look what just look at what Milton Williams got for his. I think he got 70 million guaranteed and like 40 signing bonus or something. Like signing bonuses are humongous nowadays. Freaking Jamar Chase is going to be the 50, 60, 70 million dollar year signing bonus area. So you're talking about you're going to have to give, just say it's 50, right? 50 million to Jamar Chase, 40 million to T Higgins, 30 million to Hendrickson. You're writing a check for 120 million dollars right now. And then you got to restructure Joe Burrow. What do you do when you restructure? Because you have to get your cap under, right? You turn that cap into signing bonus. So you're giving him a bonus. So he's writing 130, 140 million dollar check this year. Ain't happening. It ain't happening. People can say all they want that Joe Burrow is, he's actually the GM. It doesn't matter. Mike Brown don't have the money. He ain't got the money to pay this stuff. He's gonna have to go get investors to come in and help bankroll just signing Jamar Chase and T Higgins to not have a defense. There was no plan. There was no plan. Like, if you wanted T Higgins, he would have gotten him last year. Instead, he decided to pay guaranteed money and a franchise tag. It's bananas. The Bengals, I have no idea what they're doing. No idea.
Right, but I mean, if Mike Brown struggles so bad financially, he should just sell the team. Sell it while you can because he's going to lose money. I mean, now you have all of those popular players. You should definitely sell. Basically, if you know about the Bengals, T. Higgins, I'm pretty sure this is like the second or the third year that they're not signing to a contract extension.
Correct. Correct. What are they doing? You would have saved
With
so much cap space. Like, oh, now we care about T. Now we don't want to let him go. We can't let T go. Oh yeah. Then why didn't you extend him last year or the year before that? It just doesn't. It's ridiculous.
Mike Brown situation saying doesn't have money remind me. I don't know if you remember Latrell Sprewell from the
Oh, I
NBA.
remember Latrell Sprewell. Yeah,
So years ago,
I had some
when
Sprewells on my Jeep.
so, so years ago when he got the contract, he stated he made at the time like 15, 16 million plus. He stated, "I need money to feed myself." That was his word. It's a famous quote that basically, like the 15 millions or so on that he was making, I need the money to feed my family. So probably Mike Brown also saying the same thing to his family. I mean, because the thing with the Bengals, when they are not signing players, when they are cheap, NFL standard, it basically preventing and making other players don't want to go there because the NFL care, the players care about a salary, and they also care about all of that. Yeah, 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 you're frozen. Probably, probably because of the Bengals. Probably because of Mike Brown. Yeah, so I'm no still frozen, but Mike Brown effect. No, it's okay as long as everyone can hear you, my friend, and we can keep on going. So let me think. So we also the Panthers made a move today at Panther, letting go of Johnny Eckert. Well, Johnny Eckert was good, but in my opinion, he was even better with his throwing arm. I mean, he had a phenomenal throwing arm for a Panther, and we replaced him with Sam Martin, same age, 35 years old. Which I think, yeah, yeah, look like much better, my friend. Yeah, yeah, much better overall. Like we will blame the internet on Mike Brown. We'll blame the internet on Mike Brown and the Texans front office, Nick Casario and all of that. They're responsible. The internet not being strong enough tonight. So so was going to say Sam Mountain. I believe Sam Mountain is 35. Johnny Aiken wasn't he 35 also? I'm pretty sure Johnny Aiken was also 35 years old. So that is something. So Johnny Aiken was 35. Sam Mountain was 35. So that is one move that they made at Panther. So they did that move, and that was a that was a pretty good move overall. Because I saw Sam Mountain was very good punting average. And as far as Owen Silville, yeah, I think we are going to get the Super Bowl. I don't know if this year, guys, but I'm freaking excited about. I mean, I'm wearing Bryce Young jersey, which I think Alex signed off, but hopefully he will be back. Carolina Panthers insider Alex Bryant will be back on the stream. But anyway, this is fun free agent to be a Carolina Panthers fan. I don't know if Bourne is still in the house. Is still not in the house. Yeah, still in the house. I don't know if T-Bone you're still in the house or not. But it's kind of interesting offseason for the Jets. I mean, they signed Justin Field, but I'm not sure what else they're going to do. I mean, are they going to trade Garrett Wilson or not? And guys, please smash the like button if you haven't done so. Please subscribe. This is a fun channel. You can see we have guests coming on. We're going to have T-Bone coming back, hopefully next week. He's always welcome to talk sport, classical music, New York Jets, Carolina Panthers, Duke, Blue Devils, and all of that. And like I'm excited about the Panthers. I mean, this is why I'm wearing Bryce Young jersey, because I believe we have our franchise quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. We have our franchise starting quarterback in Carolina. And I'm looking at all of the other quarterback, like Sam Mason. You asked me earlier, please tell me that the Steelers are not going to sign Aaron Rodgers. And I'm thinking how lucky the Panthers are to have a franchise quarterback. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is not as good as he used to be. Hall of Famer, but not as good as he used to be. Joe Flacco is 40 years old, free agent. I mean, Russell Wilson is still free agent. Sam Darnold was the free agent. Daniel Jones was a free agent. So Jimmy G was a free agent, resigned by the Rams. So literally, Carolina Panthers are very lucky to have a franchise starting quarterback and Bryce Young. because I don't know what would have happened if we didn't have Bryce Young, because quarterback class for this draft, it's so weak, guys. It's so weak. It's so weak. I mean, Shador Sanders and Cam Ward. Shador Sanders might be a good quarterback, but he might become a bust. Likewise with Cam Ward. We don't know how good or bad Cam Ward is going to be. So we really don't know all of that, guys. But what we know is that the Panthers have franchise quarterback. As Alex told us earlier, if you missed live, make sure to watch the replay. He told us, don't be surprised if they trade for a wideout. Start with the name T. I wonder who T might be. Mr. T. Will they trade for Mr. T? I don't know who's Mr. T, guys. So if you had fun, subscribe. Because as you can see, we have guests coming on this channel. We had Panthers Ball Time coming on the channel, and the show multiple shows. We had Travis T-Bone Hancock from WFNZ coming on as a guest, and in the chat, C3 Anthony, welcome to coming on anytime you want. We have Panthers Insider Alex Bryant join us tonight. We are going to have Chris Jenkins from Charlotte Vibe join the channel as a guest. So this is a lot of fun, guys. This is a lot of fun. This channel is growing. This channel is welcoming to everyone who's looking to chill, relax, talk about sports, entertainment, no politics, no religion, and just be yourself and have a great time. This is fun. This is literally a blast. Literally a blast. And here come Alex again. Yes. Welcome.
Yo, what's up, man?
The king is back.
Was it awkward? Like, was it awkward? Was I saying stuff and like people were just, and you were just frozen, or was I just completely done?
No, I took a screenshot. Basically, you won't like that.
I just was done.
No, you froze. Like
yeah, I was just yeah. I'm on my phone data now, so hopefully that helps.
Yeah. So we're saying you brought the news earlier that they might trade for someone named T. Is it Mr. T? Is it Mr. Title Thomas?
So all I know, here's what I know for a fact.
Yeah.
I know for a fact we are aggressively trying to go after a receiver. Aggressively trying to go after a receiver. I know that T. Higgins' camp I know that the Panthers have been speaking to the Bengals. And that's it. But you put all those together, T. Higgins is on the board. I mean, that's all I can really, really tell you. I don't have insider information as far as this is going to happen or they're in trade talks, but he is on the board and very much in play for the Carolina Panthers. I just don't know. I also know that we have been in talks about Trey Hendrickson. Us and the Falcons were both heavily invested. Falcons just signed a pass rusher today. Take that for what it is. We did not sign a pass rusher today. So it could be Trey Hendrickson that we see from the Bengals, and it could be nobody we see from the Bengals. But I know we're talking to the Bengals, and I know that T. Higgins' PR team has discussed Carolina. But that's all I know. I don't have any more information than that. That's it. But if you put all that together, things are looking pretty good that we can at least get one of them. But The Bengals are the weirdest front office in the league, and they're I have no idea what they're doing. So take all of that for what it's worth.
Which is a lot, which we all appreciate you sharing all of that with us. We really do. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering, I know typically in the NFL we don't have two players going to one team, but since you're mentioning we are talking to the Bengals, or maybe we are, or we still could potentially we get play against Atkins to Carolina for Tyler Moulton, our 8th overall pick, our 59th overall pick in the third round, and maybe not second round, 59, pardon me, and maybe one of our fifth round pick, and maybe a fourth round pick next year.
It is the hardest thing is to predict the Bengals, because the Bengals are just terrible. They're just so bad at this that I have no idea what would work. Like, I really don't, because I don't. They just, first of all, they don't trade a ton, so you don't have any like kind of historical data on it. Two, they just are kind of just all their players are just like, they're just like staying above water with all their players. They're like, we're holding on for you as long as possible, and then you go, and then they leave for nothing. So I can't predict. What you said sounds good, like for like a normal team, but I don't know. I would say that we have a. I assume we have another plan if T Higgins doesn't work or Hendrickson doesn't work. But my assumption is that we desperately need an edge and we desperately need a wide receiver, and we'll get one of T or Trey Hendrickson, and we'll draft the other one with the 8th pick. I doubt we get both, so I think the 8th pick will stay with Carolina, unless we do like a pick swap or something when we get the 17 pick from the Bengals, something like that. And
Right,
that's an assumption. That's not me reporting news. That's an assumption.
right. Not Ian Rappaport or Jordan
Yeah,
Schultz. Unfortunately, got it wrong yesterday. And the Milton
yeah.
Williams.
I'm just following the breadcrumbs. That's all
Right.
I'm doing.
So I'm wondering if the Commandos might be interested in Trey Egan. Trey
I'm
Atkinson.
sure. I'm sure the whole freaking league is interested in T Higgins, but
No, the Trey Atkins. The
Trey Hendrickson.
Anderson. Yeah. And
Yeah. Oh, I bet they are, but they've made their move. They had nothing else to trade. They just spent everything on Tunsil.
right.
Yeah, like
And
we're the but go. I'm real fast. Panthers haven't made their move yet. We have 9 picks still available. We still have cap room. We have players that people want, because you know what the rest of the league don't have? Offensive linemen. You know, we have a lot of offensive linemen. So we're in the driver's seat for trades. We can outbid, because Patriots, they spent their money. Commanders spent their capital as far as their picks. We're sitting back nice and pretty. I mean, honestly, we have more than Bears spent all their money. We're clearing cap. We got rid of Sanders. Tuttle took a pay cut. Extending Horn gave us more cap. Like, Brant Tillis is maneuvering this very, very nicely. So we have the most to offer anybody that wants it, because also our number 1 pick is pretty high too. So if he's going to go to anybody, I assume if one of those are going to go anywhere, I assume that we're the front runners. But again, that's an assumption.
right, or maybe the Pats. I mean, I'm thinking the Pats will sign Cooper Flag because he's supposedly
Cooper
showed.
Cup.
Yeah, Cooper Cap. Sorry, Cooper
Yeah.
Cap. So he's supposedly showed interest. Like I saw on X Twitter that basically internally he stated he might be interested in the Pats. But it's so fantastic that we didn't have a lot of cap, yet we've been spending and spending. I remember Dave Gettleman when he was the owner, not the owner, the general manager of the Panthers. basically year after year said, we are going to shop at Goodwill. We cannot shop at Tiffany. We cannot shop at Belk. We
Well,
only
we had a cheaper owner then too. We had a very cheap owner in Richardson at that point in time. We got money now.
no, I agree with you.
Go ahead,
C3.
go ahead.
No, I was
Go ahead.
reading the quote from C. Anthony. It's weird because it's been way too quiet on the Panthers, but we have been big time spenders, which typically we are not big time spenders free agency, except after the lockout when Marty only spent big time money and big time Charles Johnson, big money as they called him, and D'Angelo Williams. But typically, and you're correct, we had cheap owner, but in the NFL, it's not like baseball. I mean, in baseball, you have budget. I'm guessing in the NFL, technically, even though there's the salary cap, there's still budget.
Have you ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
No,
You never seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
I have not.
Okay, so in it, they go and steal this girl, and she calls for parlay, and she goes and talks to the captain of the other ship, and she said, "You have to take me back by the rules of parlay. You have to do blah 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 blah." And he stops and he says, "Well, number one, you have to be a pirate to use parlay, and number two, the code is more like guidelines than actual rules. The cap is kind of like guideline instead of actual rules. Like the rules, you think about rules is very, very much specific. Cap can be manipulated. Cap is very, very complicated. And that's why we pay Brant Tillers millions of dollars to be able to manipulate it. And if you get really, really good at it, then you're Howie Roseman and you're able to have 10 all pros on your team. And we're kind of, Brant Tillers ain't far off from Howie Roseman. That's one. Two, we sat on our hands the last 2 years and didn't do anything. We lost all these guys on our defense, right?
Yeah.
And we just sat on our hands and didn't bring anybody else in because they were all preparing for this year. So here's what happens when you say we don't have cap. Cap isn't this year. Cap is next year because you give signing bonuses this year. Signing bonuses basically get spread out over the course of the contract. So you think about last year, Robert Hunt was only like a $6 million cap hit. Damian Lewis was like a $4 million cap hit. Like they're very small the first year. Next year is when you have to start paying these guys. We got $160 million next year. So if you think about the cap isn't this year, it's next year. Oh, like that's the easiest way to kind of approach salary cap. And I kind of just went there without remembering what we've been way too quiet, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Cliches are cliches for a reason. Calm before the storm. The dominoes have to fall correctly. One domino has to fall before the rest of the dominoes fall. So we have this very specific plan, whatever it is. I assume that it's going after T. And until that gets shut down, we've shut down everything, right? Because then we either get a yes, and then we have to play the hand that's dealt to us because we're giving T. Higgins this money, or it's no, and we have plan C, D, E, and F of how that gets distributed. And like I said, the way I think about it is either we really need an edge and we really need a wide receiver. I think we're going to get a big time edge or a big time receiver. Whichever one we don't get, we're going to draft at 8 in the NFL draft. That's my assumption, the way the cards have laid out thus far.
So you're not a big fan of Tyler Warren? Well, everyone is a big fan of him. Comparing him to the Saints quarterback, who for some reason I forgot his name, not Derek Carr, the other one who's the weirdo tough guy.
The Desmond Ritter? Not
No,
Ritter. You talking about the rookie last year? The
no,
quarterback?
the guy who's always giving us problem. The one who line up also tight end.
Cam Jordan? Cam Jordan?
No, the quarterback for the Saints. I forgot his name. The one who's basically running like a beast. Well, the lining up in
You're
wild
talking about
card.
the quarter, like the thrower, the quarterback,
Right, but it's not.
not Derek Carr.
No, Tyson Hill. Finally remember Tyson Hill. So there is a lot of comparison.
Taysom Hill. Gotcha. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that name disappeared from me for a day. So, but there's a lot of comparison between Tyson Hill and Tyler Warren.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So sorry. I was like, I had
Yeah.
no idea where you were going with that. Yeah. You better believe, if freaking we get Hendrickson and T, or some sort of, like, say we would have got Josh Sweat and T, or say we get Brandon Ayuk and Hendrickson, or some sort of great edge and great wide receiver, Tyler Warren is number one pick by across the board for everybody, in my opinion. Jalen Walker's still there because he's so positionless kind of thing, so he can fit in the scheme pretty well, whether he's at edge or middle linebacker. But I don't think that Tyler Warren seems there's it's such a so when people talk, listen, uh uh Dan Morgan. Dan Morgan said multiple times how deep this tight end class is. And you don't use the word deep unless you're looking at depth. So you're not taking tight end one if you talk about a deep tight end class. So I'm thinking more lines of Fannin Jr., Mason Graham, not Mason Taylor from LSU. I'm thinking more like that kind of place for tight end, unless everything else is filled. And then 1 billion trillion% Tyler Warren is in play. But he's the way Dave Canales was talking when he was talking about James Pierce. They're looking at, in my opinion, they're looking at edge heavily at 8. Whether it's James Pierce, Stewart, Jalen Walker, I think that's where they're gonna go. Just judging by, like, I don't think it's Malachi Starks, because you're not going to do Malachi Starks and just give more a bunch of money. You're not going to do what they did in the defensive interior and then get Kevin Grant or somebody like that. You're not going to give J.C. Horn all this money and then get Will Johnson. You got to think about the capital that you're using for your entire team, and the places that they're not spending right now is wide receiver, tight end, and edge. So
But also
that's where
safety.
the capital will go.
So, sorry to interrupt you, but they also are not spending in safety. I mean, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
they just gave Morrig a big deal.
but who's starting next to him? It's
Well,
not
you're
the wide
absolutely right,
receiver.
and I think Justin Simmons is very interesting. I think there's a lot of safeties still out there. The one thing with safety hasn't been drafted in the first round the last 2 years in a row. The NFL as a whole is devaluing that as a position because there's so many available in free agency. Like, look how many just got signed in free agency. There's a plethora of, like, it's everything's supply and demand. If there's not enough supply, then demand's high. If there's not enough demand, then supply is high. We have an excess of supply at safety, and we have very little demand at safety. So people are finding safeties in the second, third, fourth round, and they're having success. I just don't see a guy like Barron or Malachi Starks or Will Johnson, defensive backs as a whole, going in the top 10 this year. As good as they are, just like running backs as a whole, Genty's a different level. So Genty is probably going to go top 10 because he's in that Saquon area of talent. But as far as like what the as good as Malachi Starks and Barron and Will Johnson are, I just don't see it at 8. Maybe if we trade back, maybe.
Will Johnson, I hey Mac, just we have that's in the room. Hey Mac, double hope you're having a great night. We have Panthers Insider, Alex Bryant join me for fun NFL interactive show. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So I was going to say, Will Johnson, he might go to the Jets or the Jags.
Oh, Jags are not a good organization, so Jags might do it. They need offensive line very, very badly. I would get offensive line if that were them. They could use another receiver outside of Brian Thomas, because they just lost 2 big time pass catchers for them. They lost Kirk and Evan Ingram. They need pass catchers. I don't see them going after, but they're a bad organization, so they might do it. And gave who's the other one that you gave as far as Will Football Johnson? The
Jets.
who?
New York Jets.
Oh yeah, because Jets just lost Reed. I can totally see that. The Jets are also a bad organization. Like, sorry, T-Bone, but they just are. Like, Sauce Gardner, they got him. He's really, really good. What's it done for their team? They haven't been to playoffs with him. When you draft defensive backs early, you don't go to the playoffs. Basically, the ones that go to the playoffs are the ones that get them in free agency. Look at the Eagles. When they went to the Super Bowl the first time, they went and got their backfield was C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who they traded for the Saints, Darius Slay, and Bradbury, where they both signed in free agency. Like, you get them in, that's where you get them. You get them in free agency. Think about the Chiefs. They got Reed in free agency. They you don't like. I mean, they got McDuffie, but that was like at the 31st pick. They just don't go early. You just don't get them early. They're kind of like the cherry on top of your team, and not the nuts and bolts of your team that you need in the early.
Right, but also don't be shocked if the Raiders go with Will Johnson because they lost their starting cornerback. I believe he signed with the Vikings or Titans, or the Dolphins. One of those three teams. He signed yesterday or agreed to a deal. They haven't signed yet, basically, because they can back out of the deal if they want to. So the Raiders might go with Will Johnson because, honest, they're not going to.
They need a pass catcher. They need a receiver. I think they're going to go Golden. If you look at the history of Pete Carroll.
So Tatum. No, it's okay. Tatum.
I was thinking Golden. I think Ted McMillan's going to go to the Pats, and I think Golden will go to the Raiders. If not, that's an outside Malachi Starks team because Pete Carroll does value the safety a lot. So that could be an outside chance that Malachi Starks. I doubt that he'll draft corner though.
So you don't think the Pats will go with Travis Santo?
No, I think Hunter's going to go earlier than that.
Because basically the way I see it, Titans probably Cam Ward. Abdul Caldwell, second Browns. They might go with Shador. I know they trade for Kenny Pickett.
I don't think so. Yeah.
So
I personally don't think so. I think Kirk Cousins is going to go to the Browns.
So he's going to be cut.
Basically. I think he's going to get traded to the Browns for. I think from what I'm hearing, and this is me hearing insider stuff. This is just me hearing stuff. Is that they're very interested in Kirk. I think Shador is going to drop. I also don't really see Shador being that great of a prospect. I'm no scout. I'm just not sold on him. I think the four best players in the draft are, value-wise. I don't think Ward's the best player. I think Gentry's probably one of the best players in the draft, but I'm talking about value-wise. You're looking at Ward, Graham, Hunter, and Abdul Carter. And because receiver is such a premium position and the Pats don't have one, if they don't get Brandon Ayuk, I think they see Tet, and then 5 will go Mason Graham. I think Graham will fall to 5, and then 6, I think you can see another pass catcher.
So you don't think if they get Cooper, not Tamari Cooper, but the other Cooper Cooper Cup, they will be out of.
That changes everything. Yeah. Then they go offensive line. They'll go after Will Campbell or Banks, in my opinion.
So you don't see a scenario that Hunter drop to the Panthers.
No, Hunter, no. Hunter or Graham, no. Because I think they're Graham could go to 5. I think Graham's the best player in the draft, me personally. But I don't think that's how the NFL sees him. I just don't want Panthers to get there. Graham ain't falling to 8. I just don't see Graham falling to 8. I don't see Ted McMillan falling to 8. All these dreams that the Panthers fans have of it could happen, sure. But if whoever's there ain't going to draft them, somebody's trading up to those positions to draft these guys because they're just too good at too valuable of positions that people will trade into those picks to get them.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
And I was thinking earlier, a couple of days ago, and before when we had a technical difficulty and so on, how lucky we are in Carolina that we have a franchise quarterback. I mean, I look at the free agency class. Sam,
Bingo.
Sam Darnold, Justin Field, Russell Wilson, Jimmy G, Zach Wilson, Daniel Jones. With all the respect to all of those quarterbacks, yeah, I remember you, Abdul Carter. Yeah, I remember you. So with all the respect, that is garbage. And Aaron Rodgers is basically like playing, and Joe Flacco is 40 years old. That is garbage. With all the respect, that is garbage looking quarterback class agency. And then you have Shador. Shador could be very good, but he could also be.
Sure.
And Cam Ward can be a bust also. So
Yeah, and I mean, I think Cam Ward is. I think you could actually. I think you're right. He could be. I think he's not. He's good enough to be number one overall pick, but he's not the quality of quarterback that the last few drafts. He would be the
seventh,
fourth, fifth best quarterback in last year's draft, maybe.
Seven. I would prefer seven.
Yeah, I mean, look where Bo Nix went. Yeah, you might be right. He's good enough to be the number one overall pick, but he ain't good enough to be to not be a bust. If that makes sense.
So it's, in a way, it's kind of similar to the year that Malik Willis, Kenny.
I was going to say that.
I mean, I don't think it's as bad as that class, but
the rest of them could be as bad as that class.
Right. But Malik Willis overall has turned out to be decent quarterback overall when it's spot starting.
Yeah. He wasn't good and this is all about, a lot of times it's about situation. You know,
Correct.
Lamar Jackson ain't Lamar Jackson if he's not on the Ravens. I mean, he's that good, but they were able to give him a team around him to help him succeed at the highest he could. Same with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts ain't the greatest quarterback, but he went to a great situation and he succeeded because they got the best out of him. Malik Willis, when he's on the Titans, you can't succeed on the Titans. Just like Bryce Young couldn't succeed on the Panthers his first year. You need the proper organization around you to properly get these guys to get to their peak level. So a lot of it is where you go. So yeah, Malik Willis wasn't good, but he goes to the Packers. He looks fantastic. He looks awesome. So situation matters a lot with that too.
Correct. But I think the reason why Bryce struggled in Carolina, it felt still mentally, plus he was never used to losing, which I know is
sure.
But in Alabama, he always was winning. High school, he won state championship. So plus Alabama, I don't think he was sacked in his entire career 75 times or around that. And I'm pretty sure he was sacked closer to 75 times 2023. Maybe closer to 60, but it sure felt like 75 times he was sacked. So mentally, that was the reason why he struggled 2023.
Yeah, Cam talks about it, man. Cam says you come in used to winning and go to a locker room full of losers. And I mean, I don't like the way he said it, but he's correct. It's so hard to change a franchise by yourself. You got all your receivers are dropping ball. You have no offensive line to block for you. Like, think about how mentally taxing it is on a quarterback to go for 48 minutes of having to play perfect football. And I think it just beat him down. It just beat him down so hard because your defense ain't good, your offensive line ain't good, your pass catchers ain't good, and like in your front office is all over the place of chaos. So you're just like living in chaos. You're the face of this franchise. You're taking all the blame for everything. Yeah, dude. Sometimes you just need a break. I think they lucked out the way it all like happened. But man, I totally get his mental space. You tell me I gotta play perfect football as a 21-year-old kid in the NFL just for us to win a game? Like, defense, you can't get any turnovers. You can't get it's It's absolutely bananas. So I think yes, Jimmy Horn. I do like Jimmy Horn a lot from Colorado. Whoever just asked that, I think he's I think he's would fit perfectly. Good.
No, I was going to say, I watched right all of their games, but I attended week 2 this year against the Chargers, and I clearly remember it was a play that Bryce rolled to the right, and around the 45 yard line of the Chargers, he had like 7 seconds to throw the ball, and he took a sack. He took a sack from Joey Bosa, and he was booed and all of that. So definitely he wasn't mentally correct. And I mean, thanks God, Andy Dalton and the other person in the car accident are were completely okay and nothing serious happened. But that accident potentially saved Bryce Young career in Carolina.
That accident saved our franchise. Like it really did. It because Bryce doesn't come back, he's gone. They had no intention of bringing Bryce. And whatever people say, Canales said it himself. He was rolling with Dalton because Dalton gave him the best chance to win. And Bryce, when he got the opportunity, he took it and didn't let Andy Dalton get it back. So if Bryce doesn't come back, we're stuck with 35-year-old bridge quarterback Andy Dalton with no receivers, drafting at this point we'd be the number 1 overall pick because Andy Dalton ain't winning the games that Bryce won last
Maybe
year.
maybe one or two. Maybe one or two.
But he wins 1 or 2, we're still the number 1 overall pick
Right.
because Bryce won. He only won 1 game, and then so if he wins 1 or 2 more, he wins 3. So we're right up there. In a terrible quarterback class, Canales is getting fired because he sucks. He sucked with he would have seen as being you don't keep your job if you're terrible. Like you just when you're that terrible. Everett would have definitely been losing his job. Morgan probably kicked to the curb because you're with the Fitterer era, and then we give you your shot, and you're the worst team in the NFL. So he's probably gone. We're probably going back another 5 years if Bryce doesn't come back and play. That car accident saved our franchise, in my opinion. And not only did it save, we're in fantastic shape moving forward because we have our quarterback.
Right, and that person in the car accident should get the keys to the entire state of North and South Carolina. They should get the key to Charlotte.
To say one more time.
I'm saying that person who was involved in the Andy Dalton minor accident, jokingly, they should have got the
gosh, yeah. They should get the key. Man, because not only this, you think about we have 7 years of bad, right? And we're starting like then free agents are like talking to us like we're the joke of the freaking NFL. We're the if Bryce Young doesn't come back, we're the Browns. We were like a 10-year span where the Browns were just the Manziel, the like all the guys that they had in that era where they kept on going quarterback, coach. That's who we are if Bryce doesn't come back. People are just blowing past that. Like Bryce had to be outstanding as a second-year quarterback coming back from benching for this franchise to survive. And I'll be the only one to talk about it if I'm the only one that talked about it. But the way he single-handedly just saved our franchise, and he might be bad next year. I don't know. He's still young. I'm not going to crown him, and I'm not going to kill him. He's still so young. But he did save our franchise, in my opinion.
Right. No, I'm ready to crown him. I mean, I'm proudly wearing jersey.
Let's go. We'll get him some weapons, damn it.
Well, so Sam, to answer your question, we talked about it earlier. Yeah, well, we might get T. Higgins. We might get T. Higgins. That is the guy that we might the Carolina Panthers might be getting. But so I mean, thanks to Bryce, we literally I basically said it before. If you are not on the bandwagon of the Panthers, you might as well jump on it right now because I said it on different platforms. This team last year remind me of the Lions 2022 team. Dave Canales remind me of Dan Campbell. Now, Dave Canales doesn't curse like Dan Campbell.
Yeah, he's a different kind of
Right, but energy.
He's more like suave, used car salesman kind of guy, and Dan Morgan's kind of like in your face, like what's the guy from Step Brothers who's like pow pow pow, like that's who he is.
Dan Campbell, not Dan Morgan.
Huh? Dan Campbell, yeah, sorry, Dan Campbell. Yeah, Dan Campbell is like the pow pow guy, and then Step Brothers, yeah.
Dan Campbell is like, want to fight you.
Yeah.
And Dave Canales, he's very energized, very upbeat, which honestly, we never had a coach like that. I mean, we had Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera was spiky.
Way different, yeah. He's more like Prince Charming kind of guy. Like he sounds like he's about to sing a song, like what's the Fierro from Wicked? That's who he reminds me of.
Exactly. So Canales has a lot of energy. Rivera was more like commando. He was in the military, so he basically was like that. All he cared about was Pepsi, and make sure preventing.
Yeah, right.
Joe Pelson wrote a story a couple of months before Wolf was fired that Wolf talked about the Pepsi. So he cared about the Pepsi, and he cared about himself. He was everything himself. I mean, I'm sure he's a good guy off the field.
Nah, screw him. No, he's not. You talking about Rule, right?
Yeah.
No, he first chance he got, all he was doing was bashing the Panthers. No, I'm done with it. I gave him the benefit of the doubt too, and I was like, seems like a good guy. Bashing the Panthers instead of just being professional and being like, enjoyed my time there. As soon as he had a chance to, nah, he's not a good guy. I don't like him. I like everybody. I don't like him.
What I didn't like about him before he was fired, like one of the press conference before he was, like he mentioned, my family and my kids don't like that the fans are booing insane firewalls, and we never involved this.
I don't care.
No, but we never.
You get made. Oh no, that's because he's in public places with his family. They're not giving his family a hard time.
Exactly.
He's bringing his kids to like Hornets game and they're booing it. I mean, it comes with it's like being president. Like you taking a job and it comes with the territory. And I granted it sucks. The fans shouldn't do that. I get it, but you're making $8 million a year, man. Like don't bring your kids to games with you. You know that you're. It's almost like a selfish thing to do that because you're hoping that your kids give you like some sort of, it humanizes you a little bit, and the fans don't see your kids; they see you. They were like, "No, you got to do better." But it happens. People are humans, and they react.
Right, but I don't think, honestly, even when Rule was at the game.
Wow, Joey Bosa to the Bills.
Wow, that is the big breaking news.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw it come up.
I don't have the breaking news sound, but
dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Or is that
this just in, the Buffalo Bills signed Joey Bosa, which in a way Joey Bosa replacement to Von Miller.
Yeah, all reports I saw were showing that he was going to the 49ers.
Exactly.
And then when they got rid of Floyd, I thought that was like he's definitely going to the 49ers because they have a need now. But I guess the Bills came in last second. 1 year, $12.6 million.
Welcome back, Brady. Welcome back. Great to have you back. So, just final point about Rule. When he had the kids at the Hornets game, I know, even though I wasn't at the game, the fans didn't yell, fire Rule's kids, or Rule's kids suck, or we don't like Rule's kids. They just yelled, fire Rule at Matt. But he took it personally that we meant fire or something about his kids. But fans, when we are mad at someone, at a player or a coach, we never involve their family. We keep it. But Rules, because he's selfish, So he honestly made it a bigger deal than it was, realistically.
Of course, he's a crybaby. He was like, "Woe is me." Like I was, yeah.
And
He's a not my fault guy. I use that term a lot. If you follow me, he's a not my fault guy. It's always somebody else's fault. Everybody's being mean to me. I'm getting bullied. No. I don't waste time with those guys.
right, and he also controlled the Panthers' social media account. He literally did. I mean, typically when a coach is let go, the team stating, "We want to wish the coach best of luck," and the coach will release a statement like, "I want to thank the organization. I want to wish them good luck moving forward," and all of that. When he was
Mm-hmm.
fired, they basically released a statement, "Matt Rule has been fired." And then afterward, they started posting about it. So hopefully in Nebraska, he's changed his behavior for his own sake, for the player. But then I was going to say Frank Reich seemed like a good dude.
I think it wasn't a match as far as personalities.
I don't
But
think
yeah, he seems like a real good dude.
he is, but he's also extremely quiet. Extremely quiet. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you attended the draft party in 2023 when they drafted Bryce. So,
Mm.
we that
I
Brady.
didn't attend, no, but I watched.
So I attended it, and Frank Reich was like, "Yeah, yeah," like that. And seriously, it's not excitement, but
Mm-hmm.
when
Cam Newton was a very good player, Brady.
it,
I will go to my grave. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but Cam Newton, I will argue with you until death if a 2015 Cam Newton was the best single season quarterback I've ever seen in my entire life. Just to throw that out there. Now he's not good. Now he didn't fix his mechanics like he should have. He didn't get calls by the ref like he got teed off against, and his body broke. But I've never seen somebody that good in one season than 2015 Cam was. Sorry, let's go back. I just saw that is Cam Newton good. So I just wanted to we don't have that many people watching, and if that's what he wants to hear,
right
I'm gonna sing Cam Newton's praises.
now with to Brady is a young boy. He's a young boy.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't have a chance to watch Cam Newton in his prime like we did.
Prime Cam Newton, it was nothing like him. You think like look at Lamar Jackson, but think about Lamar Jackson without the weapons, like without Mark Andrews. Well, I guess he had Mark Andrews, and sort of, but he didn't have. I mean, he didn't have Zay Flowers. He didn't have Rashad Bateman. He had like Philly Brown, like who
Chief
played 2 years in the NFL.
and Ted Ginn.
Jericho Cotchery, Ted Ginn Drop Jr.
Right.
Yeah,
Speaking of
second in
Cotchery,
the league. And
catch the ball.
he did. I was there. I was at that game. He caught that ball. He caught it. But Ted Ginn Jr. led the NFL in drops. I was second in the NFL that year in drops. Man, the stats that Cam Newton could have put up if he would have just said he caught half of the ones that he dropped. Whew.
Yeah, it's basically Brady.
Yeah, he's not officially retired,
but unofficially, he retired.
Yeah,
but
yeah, he said he's never going to actually retire, but nobody's going to sign him ever.
Right, but the final point about Reich, I mean, like at the draft party, he yelled, press conference. It's like that. Alex, you have a question? Yeah, we're talking about that. He was
yeah. He didn't have the
no energy, no energy.
I think it's because he got beat down from the Colts. Like he should have taken a year off before he took another job. The Colts dealing with Irsay and then going from Irsay to Tepper, that ain't fun. I think he was just almost like Bryce, but but older and didn't have the comeback energy. So you deal with Irsay for 4 years, then you got to come straight to Tepper. I think he was just done. I think he was just beat down.
Right, and also the problem with Reich, he basically tried to put a scheme that didn't work for the current players that we had, but also he had too many alpha males in the room, like do Staley.
Correct. It was a bad mix. It was almost like two totally different mindsets of, like, I guess three, because you had Thomas Brown and his guys sort of, and then you had Evero and his guys sort of, and you had Reich and his guys sort of, and they all kind of didn't blend. It was just a bad group, and it needed to be more singularly focused.
Which originally, I could be mistaken, but I believe Reich wanted CJ Stroud, which even if they drafted CJ Stroud,
It wouldn't have mattered.
exactly.
Yeah, you still didn't have the weapons. You still didn't have the line. It wouldn't have mattered.
So you're asking an interesting
Dude,
question,
good.
Brady. Bryce Young is a good quarterback. Would you pick Bryce or Cam Newton as a quarterback? Well,
Cam right now, from what we know right now, prime Cam, but Bryce is still young. He's so young. He's 22 years old.
right, and also Bryce is 5'10".
23.
Yeah, 20. He's going to be 23
Start of the
at
season.
training camp.
Yeah.
A training camp that is a small space. So Bryce is 5'10". Cam was 6'5". It's a massive difference. So Cam was a great thrower, but he was more of a spectacular runner.
He was a playmaker. He was just fantastic. He's an MVP of the league. You can't. It's so hard to compare Bryce to an MVP of the league. Bryce, he needs to. We got to see more. I mean, he's on that trajectory. He looks great to me right now, but we have no idea if he's going to be MVP of the league. Cam was an MVP, like in the same era as Manning, Breeze, Brady, in that same era of players, he was the MVP of the league. Like, think about that. Think about like the gods that were playing at that time. Like, you think of top 10 all time, Aaron Rodgers. In your top 10 all time, you're probably going to have Aaron Rodgers, Brady, Manning, and who did I leave out? Brady, Breeze, Mahomes,
Yeah.
Brady, Breeze, Manning, and Rodgers. And throw Roethlisberger in there. He was playing. Throw all those guys in there, and Cam Newton won MVP of the league. Like, it's unreal that he did that. And he's just like kind of forgotten about. So in an era of gods, Cam Newton won the MVP. So it's gonna be real hard for Bryce to top that. But he's got the talent, and he's hopefully got the situation.
Right, and also the final point about Cam, he won the MVP with basically mediocre receiver. Philly Brown, Ted Ginn Juniors, they are not Pro Bowlers wideout, but he made them literally like Pro Bowler. He had Jericho Catry, which is a good wideout, and the Panthers, he was the second, basically the second wideout, and a typical team, he would probably be the fourth wideout because we had Calvin Benjamin was out for the season. We had Greg Olsen, who is a spectacular, or maybe all
yeah, he was probably the third or fourth best tight end in the league at that time, Greg Olsen. He wasn't Travis Kelce. Like, he was probably the third or fourth best tight end in the league. He was a good tight end. He was a good tight end. He won't be a Hall of Famer.
And we had Jonathan Stewart. I don't think we had D'Angelo back then, 2015.
2015, no. We didn't have him. We had Toldozer was our number two.
The big
yeah, but think about, like, Adrian Peterson had the most rushing touchdowns in the league that year with 12. Cam had 11 rushing touchdowns. Tom Brady had the most passing touchdowns in the league that year with 36. Cam Newton had 35. If Ted Ginn catches 2 more passes, he has the most passing touchdowns in the league, and he's second in rushing. Unreal. To be second in the league in rushing touchdowns and second in the league in passing touchdowns with that supporting cast. Jeez, man. Wild. Dude, I'm going to have to get out of here. I didn't realize it was already 9:30. But I loved it. I mean, this is fun. I'd love to jump on again.
Yeah, we can do it regularly if you are able to.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Keep messaging me. I had a ton of fun. Anything last things that you want me to answer, or we want to just jump on next time and cover it then?
No, we'll jump on next time.
Sick. Well, sweet. Appreciate you having me on, man. Peace out.
Anytime. See you next time.
All right.
Thanks. Bye. So that was a blast. Hopefully you had fun, Brady, and everyone else. So as far as Cam Newton go, I mean touchdowns, probably 30 touchdown in a game. Not in a game, in the season. 30 touchdown in the season. So Brady, I hope you had a great day today, my friend. Hope you had a great day today. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. And this was so much fun. This was so much fun. And definitely exciting. You guys can see this channel is growing. Channel is growing. We had Alex Bryant. He's the NFL insider, which was so much fun. So tomorrow night, yeah, my day was great. My day, I'm doing fantastic. Doing fantastic. So tomorrow night, I'm going to have the regular show, which is still fun. Still a lot of blasts. Then Thursday, I might do a show. I might not. Thursday, I will definitely do a show like earlier in the day, maybe like 20, 30 minutes streaming if I'm able to. And if I cannot do it on Thursday, then I will definitely do a live show Friday night, probably 8 to 8:30. We'll let you guys know. So, guys, really appreciate the support. I really appreciate all of the great support. This channel is growing rapidly. I'm excited about it. Please share the stream. Please share the stream, Brady. Feel free to share the stream with anyone, because that is another way to recommend the channel. Please watch the replays. Like I said yesterday in the stream, 4 to 8 hours a day of watching the stream. We are going to jump. We are going to jump to the 3,000 viewing hours, 4,000 viewing hours probably in a month. I literally believe in a month from now, I can be sitting at the very least at 3,000 viewing hours, guys. I really believe that. So hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. I think that was a fun stream, guys. I really did. Who joined me live on the stream? Are you asking me, Brady, if Blitz was the one who joined me live on the stream? Is that what you're asking me, my friend Brady? No, it wasn't Blitz. It was the Carolina Panthers NFL insider. His name is Alex Bryant. And he covered the team. He covered the Carolina Panthers. And tonight was the first time that he was ever on my channel, but it was a blast. It was a lot of fun. And I'm going to have him on regularly. He's a great guy. Going to have him on regularly. So, like I said, you guys are always welcome to ask questions. Always welcome to ask questions. And we can answer them like we did tonight, Brady. So don't feel shy asking NFL or sport related questions or any other questions you guys have. Of course, as long as it's appropriate questions, we can always answer them. So I think I'm going to sign off for now. But guys, please watch the replay. Please watch the replay. Let's help the channel grow. You can, but not at the moment. Not at the moment because basically I have to send you a link and all of that. Which unfortunately the link. Hi Etienne, how you doing tonight? Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing better. But Brady, once this channel is monetized, I'm pretty sure that point I will definitely be able to invite you guys on as guests. I'm glad to hear that, my friend. Glad to hear that. Where the NFL Insider joined me tonight, he's probably going to join me regularly because we had a blast talking about Carolina Panthers and NFL in general. So you will really like the replay. Because I'm pretty sure, Brady, when I reach monetize, YouTube will allow me to bring members on for live streaming. So I don't believe until I reach the monetization stage that YouTube will allow me to bring on YouTube guests. Hope it makes sense. And hopefully you're not upset about it. It's just I don't set the rules. YouTube does. I just follow them. What's up, TT? Great to see you back. Sure, I appreciate that, Brady. And I'm grateful for all of you guys doing a great job watching the replays and all of that. I really am. Now, if it's it's okay. You can watch the replay, TT. You can watch the replay, TT. So basically, guys, we are doing a spectacular job on this channel growing it. We really are. Compared to a month ago, hey Walter, how are you doing tonight? Compared to a month ago, we have picked up 202 subscribers. So can you guys imagine where we will be a month from now? Over 500 subscribers, probably closer to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. I'm extremely grateful for all of you guys. Now, all of my loyal viewers, all of you guys, if each one of you if all of you guys, each one of you, can watch 4 to 8 hours of replays of my streams every day, 8 hours every day, if it's possible, we are going to reach the monetize in days. In days. Because, yeah, in days. In days, Titi. We have 285 subscribers at the moment. Maybe I'm 300. Let's just say 20 of you guys watch the replays 8 hours a day. So if you, TT, and Brady watch 8 hours of the replay every day, and join me from start to finish. Then just two of you guys, 16 hours of viewing hours a day. Every day, 16 hours. We are going to be reaching the 3,000 to 4,000 in no time. Because right now, TT, we are sitting at 104 hours. Last Tuesday, TT, I was sitting at 46 hours. That is a tremendous jump, TT. So just imagine 16 hours a day. Do the math, TT. 16 hours a day. So 104 to 120. We will basically reach 1,000. Thank you, Anthony. And if you can also do that, 8 hours. 8 hours a day. Not a lot. 8 hours. Thank you. I'm very happy. I mean, I'm fulfilling my dream, childhood dream. I don't know if you guys saw the videos that I posted earlier about the channel plan and all of that. Because this channel is growing rapidly, I'm thinking of stuff to make it more fun, more entertaining to you guys. So if we monetize the channel, then we can have like motivation. Good night, Brady. Hope you had a blast. Please watch the replay, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate your support. You're great moderators, all of you guys. Great moderators, great members, all of that. I really, really appreciate. Like, you guys are allowing me the ability to reach my goals. Without you guys, my channel wouldn't grow. Of course, it's me providing entertainment and being real, genuine. But thanks to you guys, this channel is growing, which is a proof anything is possible in life, because this channel, guys, is 14 years old. Most 14 years old channels without subscribers and viewers, YouTube recommended, start from scratch. Kitty, I think once I reach monetize, then it will be possible to bring you guys on. I think that is how YouTube allow it. So basically, once I reach the monetized stage, then I can bring you guys on live. Titi, Brady, and everyone. Plus, here's the thing, guys. In order for me to bring on more than one guy or one girl, to bring on a member, I will need to invest in expensive software, $40 a month, every month. That is a lot of money, $40 plus a month. I think it comes to $50 a month. If I buy that, then I can have more than one people join me. At the moment, I can only have a guest. Not really. I'm okay. I'm not the best in math, but I'm okay, TT. But anyway, what I was saying, when I reach minute, was saying, right now, you saw how I'm on my phone. You saw how I'm streaming from my phone. If I want Alex to join me live, I need to buy the expensive package, like $50 a month plus. Then I can join from my computer, and Alex could join from his computer, which I'm pretty sure he joined me from his computer. But anyway, guys, my whole point, when I reach monetize, I can buy the expensive software. I can have guests, multiple guests. Yeah, it is. I mean, I already invested close to $1,000 in equipment. My computer by itself cost me around $750, which I bought it 2 years ago. And this year, like in January, I brought the $500 microphone, the $200 webcam, the $200, nearly $200 audio interface, the headset for nearly $50. So basically, almost $1,000 of equipment. So of course, when I reach monetize 3,000 to 4,000 viewers, and even the subscribers, 5 to 10,000 subscribers, then at that point, I could pay off completely what the equipment, but also in additional, guys, that point, what I will be able to do, buy a camera, and then stream like video games. I know it's very popular, video games. I know it's very popular, and I can use what I'm thinking, guys. If we reach many times, because we are close to it, we can have conversation about it. We are close. We're getting close. That is what I feel like. Thanks to you, all of you guys. Commitment and support to help this channel grow, which I really, really appreciate. Everyone. As I reach monetize, guys, I know there's a lot of you who are looking for emotional support, feeling depressed, feeling down, all of that. We can have membership where we do like 2 or 3 times a week membership support, where basically those members who want to do that, basically we have private for members only, law of assumption, law of attraction class and stuff. You basically talk about your issues and we try to solve it as a group. I offer you guys advice and solution on how you can overcome those issues, like I did the other day with Ethnian and with ZN. So that is number one. Number two, for different membership, if you're interested in that, no, I'm sorry, Etienne, I didn't call you out, but you know what I'm talking about. Well, you felt bad, depressed, and I tell you how to get better, how to feel better. So that is one group. Another membership group, guys, we can have gaming. Like Friday night, last Friday, I tried to stream a game on my webcam. It wasn't great. Then on Sunday, I streamed a game on my phone. It was slightly better. But when I get $800 camera, roughly $800 camera, I can stream in 4K quality from the camera, the video game, which will be fantastic. And then we can have sports shows like I had with Alex tonight. What's up, Big Red? How you doing tonight? You missed a great show. You really did. Should watch the replay, Big Red. You should watch the replay. Where the NFL Insider joined me tonight, and he's going to come once a week. That is the plan. That is the plan, Big Red. We had the NFL Insider, but we did talk also about baseball slightly. Oh, okay. So you should definitely watch the replay, Big Red. Oh, I see. Please hit the like button, guys, if you haven't done so. Let's help the channel grow. But I'm glad you... Oh, wow. Be careful, Etienne. Please be careful. Please be careful. We are praying for you, Edna. So anyway, Big Red, I'm assuming you're still watching me. You're in the stream. Maybe TT is still in here. I wonder what happened to Blitz. You normally join us, but not tonight. But hopefully he's okay. Yeah. So that was a blast tonight. I mean, I invite you all, guys, to go ahead and watch the replay. Because that was a firework type of a show. So much fun, so much excitement. It was a blast. I had a great time, guys. I really did. Tomorrow we will have another fun streaming show. Everyone is always invited. Welcome to come on tomorrow night. But that was absolutely a blast, guys. It really was so much freaking fun. I had a great time with everyone. So, guys, smash the like button if you haven't done so. Subscribe to the channel. Watch the replays. Share the channel with everyone that you know. Feel free to share it with everyone that you know. My guest was NFL insider for the Carolina Panthers, Alex Bryant. He's going to come on regularly, once a week. That is the plan. Bon appetit, Big Red. Bon appetit. Watch the replay, Big Red. Watching the replay, it's nearly the same as join live. Nearly the same as join live. So you will enjoy the conversations that I had tonight with Alex Bryant. Let me say it again. You will enjoy the conversations that I had tonight with Alex Bryant, Carolina Panthers reporter. That was a great conversation. That was a blast. He's going to come on regularly. Everyone is invited, of course, to come, ask questions, interact. So, anyhow, I also need to go have my dinner. What is that, Titi? Not sure what you tried to post, the Titi. Fried chicken. I'm having fried chicken. I know. It's terrible. I know it's unhealthy. I did on Sunday, Titi. I did live streaming on Sunday. I will do it more. But Titi, when I get monetized, my friend, with the cameras that I'm buying, I can put it in the kitchen and cook. So I can put my camera in the kitchen, guys, and cook. And you guys can watch me live because honestly, it's difficult to cook and hold your cell phone at the same time. It's much more difficult because you have to use your other hand to move the pan and spices and everything. So it's much more difficult to cook with holding a cell phone, but you have a camera with tripod in place, you just set it in place, it's so much easier to cook. And then with the camera, with the tripod, I can stream video games because I have so many collections of video games on my Xbox Series X, which you guys can basically, we'll have a poll which game you want me to play, and then I can play it for 5-6 hours, you name it. We can have conversation and stream it live on YouTube, which is going to be a blast, guys. It's really going to be a blast. So smash the like button, subscribe, share the channel with everyone that you know. watch the replays. And I will see you all, guys, tomorrow night. And another fun streaming. Good night, everyone, guys. And God bless you all.